Hello, I am Anika. I did my engineering and graduated out of college in 2014. I've been working as an IT consultant for almost a year now. I made the choice to do engineering because it was safe, and at that point of time I figured it was well aligned to my job, my goals and job goals. But lately I have realized that it does not really fit the kind of personality I have, and I was a little confused as to what my future course of action should be. I started looking into prospective job options and started applying, but I didn't have the motivation to do that because I wasn't entirely sure that I was doing the right thing. That's when I figured I needed expert opinion, and I found out about Miracles online. And when I first contacted them, I spoke to Mr. Vavigar over the phone, and the way he spoke to me was very reassuring, and I found out that I definitely find help here. So I approached them, and initially I was made to take some personality and behavioral tests, and which are which have very good scientific metrics to find out what kind of personality you have. It's not a blaze test where you just go and you respond according to what you think you should be doing. In fact, it's more about what kind of person you are. These tests turned out to be very helpful, and when I asked to schedule sessions, I got immediate response. Till now I've had 2 sessions. Over my first session, I spoke to Mr. Valigar about the personality. We first discussed the report results, and he took me through my personality traits. It was very helpful. It's helped me rediscover myself and helped me find out some important points about myself that I had forgotten over the course of my education and profession, because I'd become so lost in trying to keep up my pace with what I was doing rather than what I wanted to do. So it highlighted all the points of my personality which were relevant to finding the right job for me. He gave me a lot of options, and tests are very comprehensive. We find a lot of resources from where we can find out the right kind of jobs, and what are the roles for that job, what are the responsibilities, what kind of softwares we would need to know, and the links provided, and we can find out exactly how equipped we are for a job and what could be our improvement areas if we want to look into that particular role. So that was very helpful. So the first session was about narrowing down my options to maybe 3 or 4 career paths or academic paths that I could follow. From there, he made me do activities where I could discover myself, about what my strengths are, my weaknesses are, what kind of person I am, and also about the jobs, the jobs we had kind of selected for me, and I found out the job responsibilities. I found out how I could use my current experience to make the transition. So basically I was looking for a career transition here, and I was very apprehensive to begin with because it's not easy to switch from an IT job to something else, because IT jobs are most easily found in India, I guess. And during my second session, he taught me how to leverage my resources to find a job, specifically LinkedIn profiles, resumes. So that was most helpful because as a person who has just entered their first job and has sat through one job interview in their life, I wasn't really aware of what are the different ways of approaching recruiters, companies. So he helped me a lot through that, and I think now I have all the resources with me to make that transition. I have the confidence to make that transition. I have the conviction that I'm doing the right thing. So I'd like to thank him and the entire Lauditors Institute for helping